Hello, and thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. My name is Sylvia Black, licensed real estate broker and owner of affordable homes and apartments in Williamsville. I'm also licensed to preach and ordained as a minister. I have my master's degree in sacred theological divinity, and I'm licensed to preach and ordained as a minister. And for all of your real estate information needs, you can contact affordablehomesandapartments.com. For all of your religious needs, contact highwaytoheavenchurch.net. And I want to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. And my name is Sylvia Black. And today I want to talk to you on a continued basis of I Will Do a New Thing in You, saith the Lord, available on highwaytoheavenchurch.net. Now, also I just want to mention to you that I'm giving a gospel praise party on August 4th, Sunday, August 4th at 4 p.m., which will be featuring Men in White and other musical guests, groups, choirs, and soloists, including yours truly. I'll be singing songs from my CD. And it'll be at St. Paul's Missionary Baptist Church at 160 Kingsley Avenue in the city of Buffalo, New York, at 4 p.m. on the first Sunday, which is August 4th, at 4 p.m. at 160 Kingsley Avenue, where Pastor Josephine Thompson is the pastor, and that's off of Wohlers. For more information on that, just email me at sblack3001@gmail.com and entitle it August 4th or Gospel Praise Party. Okay, and I want to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You, which airs every Wednesday at 6:30 to 7 p.m. right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20, and also Saturdays from 12:30 to 1 p.m. right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20 in Buffalo, New York. And I want you to thank you for joining me today, and my name is Sylvia Black. Okay? Now today I want to talk to you again on a continued basis of my book. I Will Do a New Thing in You, saith the Lord. And I want, for a subtopic, we're going to be talking with chapter 5, says that God gives us the power to get rich. Okay, God gives us the power to get rich, and again we're talking about I Will Do a New Thing in You, and that's available on highwaytoheavenchurch.net. Okay, now the first thing we're going to talk about is in Deuteronomy, chapters 8, 10 through 19, which says, when you have eaten your fill, okay, be sure to praise the Lord your God for the good land he has given you. Okay, but that is the time to be careful. Beware that in your plenty you do not forget the Lord your God and disobey his commandments, regulations and decrees, and that I am giving you today. Okay, for when you have become full and prosperous and have built fine houses to live in, and when your flocks and herds have become very large, and your silver and gold have multiplied along with everything else, be careful. Okay, do not become proud at the time and forget the Lord your God, who has rescued you from slavery in the land of Egypt. Do not forget that he led you through the great terrifying wilderness with its poisonous snakes and scorpions, where it was so hot and so dry. He gave you water from a rock. Okay, he fed you with manna in the wilderness, a food unknown to your ancestors. He did this to humble you and to test you for your own good. He did all this so that you would never say to yourself, I have achieved this wealth with my own strength and energy. Remember the Lord your God. He is the one who gives you the power to be successful. In order to fulfill the covenant he's confirmed to your ancestors with an oath. But I assure you of this, if you ever forget the Lord your God and follow other gods, worshiping and bowing down to them, you will certainly be destroyed. Okay, when your mind is renewed, then you can walk into your divine and perfect future with your head up, looking to the hills from which cometh your help. And our help comes from the Lord. Okay, you don't have to worry anymore. You don't have to be afraid. And again, I read you Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 10 through 19, New Living Translation, which is found in my book, I Will Do a New Thing in You, saith the Lord, available on highwaytoheavenchurch.net. Now that is one thing that we should be conscious of, and that is always remembering that it was the Lord thy God who brought us up out of the wilderness. It was the Lord our God who allowed us to accumulate the wealth that he has allowed us. Okay, it was the Lord thy God that blessed us with that house that we live in. It's the Lord thy God that blessed us with that car that we drive. It's the Lord thy God that blesses us with the family that we so dearly love. It is the Lord thy God that blesses us. Now God does give us the power to get well. Okay, one reason why a lot of times God does not bless an individual to get wealth is because another reason. The first reason was that you do not remember that it was God who blessed you in the first place. And then you brag about it and say that it was with your own strength and with your own energy that you got this wealth. Okay? God gives us the power to get wealth, but he doesn't give to some people because they love money. They love money more than they love God. And that is a sin. You can't do that. You're worshiping idolatry when you love other gods, when you worship and bow down to them. And you don't have to literally worship them by bowing down to them, but you give them more love and more respect than you do the Lord thy God. And we can all ask for forgiveness for that. Okay? Now, some people, I know my aunt, one of my aunts had died poor. But she was up in her 80s though, but she only strove for riches in heaven. She didn't strive for riches here on earth. She just imagined that her riches and wealth would be in heaven and heaven alone. And therefore she died poor. She lived in the Bronx, and, she died poor. I hate to say that, but that's the way it happened. I had another aunt, and these two aunts, they were basically close. I'm talking about Aunt Fanny that died poor, but I'm talking about Nana, who made a vow that she was not going to die poor. That she would make sure that she had enough money to live off of, and that she would never ever have to deal with that. The reason why my grandmother died at such a young age, early on, is because she had a disease, a sickness, and she went to the hospital and they refused to treat her because she was black and poor. So she died right there in the hospital room. They refused to treat her. Okay? And that's why she died, and that was one of the reasons why my aunt made a covenant with herself and with God, that she was never going to be broke. And she lived up to that promise until the day she died. Okay? Now, Matthew 25:14 through 30, we all know that talks about the story of 3 talents. He gave one talent, another one 2 talents, and another one 5. They all doubled their money except for the one with the 1 talent. And here's what God said to him. Okay? His Lord answered him and said, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawn. Okay? Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Okay, he told him, he said, invest my money. I need you to do this for me. But no, he didn't do that. He went on and he did what he wanted to do. Okay? Now, money is not the root of all evil. Okay? Sin is a way of life for some people. And some people just love money. They love to have money. They love to spend it. They love to flaunt it. And, and they love money more than they love God. So now one reason is why? Because we don't acknowledge God in the fact that he blesses us. Some people love money more than they love anything else. And some people just continue to sin. Okay? And a lot of people think that, that they have a lot of money, so, that they're more powerful than those that don't. But just because you don't have a lot of money today doesn't mean that you're not going to have money tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you're going to be cursed forever. Sometimes God allows poverty to come upon us because he's trying to discipline us. Okay? He's definitely trying to discipline us. Now you wonder to yourself, is poverty a curse or is it a blessing? Okay, poverty is considered to be a state of deprivation or insecurity. Even those who get above the poverty level or sometimes falling back into poverty. Okay, poverty is comfortable for some people. Some people, poverty is just a way of life, and they become comfortable with it, so they allow that lie to dictate their life and remain poor. Don't strive for anything. Don't try to be better than what you are. Just do it just to maintain your bills. And that's not what God has brought us into this world to do. He gives us the power to get rich. If you're truly serving God, sometimes He has to build us up from within. He has to prepare us for our blessing. He has to, because you're not going to give diamonds to a dog. Can I get some help up in here?